Oh, fuck. They fast with it.
Have you ever jerked off with a hat on?
I don't think so, no. But I imagine you do every time.
Yeah.
That snapback never comes off.
Yeah, no, literally.
You sleep with it on.
I don't sleep with it on, but yeah, I'll admit, like 90% of my wakes are with the hat on, which I think is kind of crazy.
That is money crazy.
Okay, you're so bad at
Shut up, bro.
This is Quinn's first time playing Zuma.
Yeah, so... It's tough, bro.
You make really that tough. Bad Zuma shot when it just goes silent in the club. the whole stadium.
You can hear crickets.
Yeah, viewers, let me know if you've ever jerked off with a hat on. It's an out-of-body experience for sure.
I don't see how it'd be any different, really.
No, it's crazy. It's like all that pressure on your head.
I just don't like...
You keep that ice on
all that pressure on your head. I just don't like lying down with a hat on,
Oh, I love lying down with a hat on.
I don't.
I love doing anything with a hat on.
Well, I know that much, but...
Shitting? Eating?
I've never been much of a hat guy. Like,
I've never been much of a shitter.
Well, no, I'm not a shitter. I'm actually, very skilled at what I do. Other than, like, Zuma and, a few other games here and there.
We've got a brand new game for you, viewers. Not Zuma, but... Big baseball or whatever it's called. I don't know the name.
It's like literally some bullshit like ER21 baseball. I don't know.
It was as seen on the Nintendo Direct. It's gonna be hype.
Yeah, if you saw a baseball game and thought, man, that does not look hype, then that's the one we're talking about. And it is hype. And so fuck you if you thought that.
We're gonna make it hype.
Well, we're Salvy and Quinn. We make everything hype.
Salvy Quinn. We saw our boy Chris today.
That was huge. Our biggest fan.
Our biggest fan. He is like 800 pounds.
Okay.
Biggest fan. No, he's very thin. And that's actually what he's known for.
Yeah.
And we were walking by, and he had a girlfriend, which he had to like...
Needless to say, he no longer does. After we were done.
After we were done with her. Or with him, sorry.
With him, yeah.
We would never approach a woman. But no, it's good to see him. We were just getting pizza, and then
yeah.
Why did you just?
I missed.
Yeah,
no, I saw him as we were walking by, and I pointed at him like, "Hey, I know that guy." And then I saw his girlfriend. I was like, "Hey, I know that girl." Then I just kept walking, and he runs out. He's like, "Quinn, why'd you just walk by?"
He was
I
like,
was like, I don't know.
Yeah, he was like in a restaurant.
Yeah, like
I just saw his girlfriend. I'm like, where do I know her from? Chris is sitting next to her.
Yeah, no, he doesn't stand out in the crowd.
Ooh, that was nice. Shot. I like the little spin you're doing.
Thank you. Well, that's just me like thinking. Yeah, that's just me trick shotting.
Yeah.
Oh,
on the move.
See that?
Like send one out as you're spinning.
No. Okay, watch this. Ooh, clip that!
Did you miss that? Viewers, did you see that?
You see that shit, viewers? No, but you know who else I've been seeing lately? Some fucking trollers, bro. Specifically on the bus. There has been just like
trollers on the bus.
There's just been trollers on the wazoo.
let me take a guess what they're doing. They swipe their card, it goes beep, 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 and then they go, oh, I forgot.
No, but I've done that.
Yeah.
Well, there was one guy, the original troll. Was like the original troll that I texted you about because I was laughing internally so hard for like 5 minutes because it was a long troll.
Remind me.
So I didn't tell you what it was.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, I forgot this.
Yeah. So this guy comes on the bus and he's wearing so much clothes. So many clothing items. He's got a hat, shirt, pants, like 2 jackets on.
Why did you put the yellow there? What are you
jackets
doing?
On. And like a fanny pack, a backpack,
Quinn, focus
a hat,
up, bro,
a scarf.
Focus up.
He's wearing literally every clothing article you could imagine. I'm focused, dog. Do you not see me focusing?
I do see your spits. All right, you clutch. My bad. Sorry, I was stressing for a second over here.
So he's wearing so fucking much, and his hands are full. He's just like and he walks on. He's like, hey, just let me just find my bus ticket. Give me a second. And the bus driver's like, yeah, okay, sure. Just, go back and put your stuff down, then look for the ticket. And so he puts his, he had a drink or whatever. He puts it down on a chair and starts, looking through his wallet or whatever. He takes out his wallet and looks through it. And then he takes out, it's not there, so he puts it back. So then he checks his next pocket and he puts it back. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And all this time, by the way, the bus driver's been waiting. He didn't go. He's waiting for it. And I was like, no way they're both trolling right now.
Yeah,
the guy,
crazy.
I thought the guy was faking it for almost the entire time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the bus waits for almost 2 minutes. Like,
No
I'm not
way.
kidding. Like,
That's
but
crazy.
He was like
You have
ahead
a
of
schedule. Just
He was
go.
ahead of schedule though. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Because he
okay.
like left early,
Okay.
so he was just sitting there waiting, like staring at him in the mirror. And this guy has gone through like 3 pockets and pulled out like 3 different like wallets and like bags, and still hasn't found it. And so finally the bus driver's like, okay, like I'm gonna just start driving. You know, when you find it, come bring it up or whatever, or don't, because you're probably just trolling anyway. Like, you probably are playing.
Don't.
You're literally probably acting, and you don't have that shit. And so this was about 2/3 of the way home from school.
Yeah.
That we first picked him up, and then he sat down and kept going through. Like every time I thought he was done going through his pockets, he would have like the inside coat pocket of one of the jackets,
What?
and then the inside coat pocket of one of his other jackets, and also he had a backpack which was full, and also he just was holding a bag, like a carry-on bag,
Yeah.
and he had a fanny pack. So it legitimately, like, I thought that I was gonna get off before he would have been able to find the ticket, or he was just trolling.
Yeah.
And so, literally, like, it didn't even cross my mind. And then I'm like, wait, I'm almost home. Like, it's been, like, probably 7 minutes of him looking for this. Like, this is God-tier acting, or he just doesn't have it. And then, literally, as we're rolling up to my stop, like, right before we get there, I'm getting ready to go. Or to get off, I like move to stand up, and I see it, and he pulls the sheet of them out.
No
I'm like, oh
way.
no way, he actually had.
Wasn't acting? That's crazy.
But literally 7 minutes of searching, and the bus driver just was driving anyway. Like at that point, like just don't whip it out.
Whatever.
But yeah, I was losing my shit internally the entire time, like both because of him trolling and
was
because
it?
I thought the bus driver.
Did you
was
see
trolling.
where it was?
It was in where was it? I think it was in one of his interior pockets on a coat, but it was also in a bag that was in his coat, or like a little sack. I don't know. He had multiple satchels and stuff.
I never have understood that, because like I don't know. I'm just a very like I always, when I get up and leave a location. What button is it? Wait, you could hold what?
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
You can hold a piece.
That's brazy.
Opens up a lot of possibilities, to be honest. Like I'm a very like aware person when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
I always, like, when I get up from my seat, I always look to make sure I didn't forget anything.
Yeah.
And I always, like, my IRL loadout, you know, I've always got that, right? Like phone, wallet, keys. I think most people do. I don't know how people can live life without like knowing where all their things are on their person when they're outside.
Yeah. Or just, I don't know how people
Just having
live life
100
always
coat
having
pockets?
so much stuff on
Yeah,
them, too.
100
Like,
coat pockets and not knowing where you put your bus pass when you're about to take the bus. I don't know. I don't know. My mind just doesn't work like that.
It was
I could
crazy.
never do that.
So yeah, that was like...
But that's commitment. I have to
was
say.
commitment. I was like literally wanted to applaud him when he finally whipped it out, and it was like the whole sheet of them, and then he tore off his square to give it to the guy.
Yeah.
And then the bus driver was like, oh, thanks. Like, he thought that it wasn't happening either, because, you know, normally they don't really care that much. Like,
No,
some of them do.
they
It
don't,
depends on
yeah.
the driver, but... So yeah, that was troller number 1, and then like, so that was kind of what opened my eyes to like, and now every time since then, I've been like hyper aware on the bus. I'm like kind of looking around, like seeing if anybody's trolling, you know, trying to catch them in the
Any
act.
trollers?
And then the next day on the way home, this guy spent the entire bus ride doing math homework with a pen on the bus, like sitting in the back where he's bumping up and down constantly. And I'm like, how the fuck is he possibly doing that without like messing it up with a pen? And he was taking
That's
up like
so
3
good.
seats because he had his textbook on one side of him and like his calculator on the other side of him, and he was just like checking the textbook, punching it into the calculator, writing it down, holding it, doing the math homework.
That's hustling.
That is absolutely
That's
hustling. And the funny thing is, like, if it was on the way to school, I would kind of get it, because that way you're like, oh, he must have forgot to do his homework. He's rushing to do it. But it was on the way home. So, like,
That's
what
just
was he in the hurry for?
extracurricular,
Literally
yeah.
extra grinding for no reason.
It must have been the worst homework ever on the bus.
And then the last guy, this was on Wednesday, I believe. He had like a big backpack on, and for some reason there was just like 4 or 5 like bungee straps attached to it, like not like holding it together, but just kind of like all attached to it. And he had so much stuff dangling off of it, and it was stuffed to the
It was a
brim.
dangler.
And it was one of those backpacks that had like the little kind of side pouches like on either side of it that's just super small that I don't even know what you're supposed to put in there.
Water bottle?
I think it's too small for that. Maybe a water bottle.
Okay, I don't know what it is.
But what he had in them was sticking out of them on both sides was 2 pairs of scissors sticking out of his backpack with the blade side up. And he was not seated. He was standing on the busy bus, and there was people standing around him.
What?
Like one stumble and he was gonna like take somebody's eye. As soon as I noticed that, I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
He had to have forgotten they were there. There's no way he did.
Like, yeah, definitely not. Like, he just kind of stuffed them in there completely without thinking, I'm sure. Yeah. But like, that is such an insane, like, safety hazard. Just to have that sticking out on both sides of you on the moving bus with people standing around.
2 pairs of scissors, like he's matching on either side. Yes. That's great. Why do you need that many scissors?
I don't know, man, but
we will never understand the minds of the bus trollers.
So now I'm hyper aware. I'm feeding for some more trollers.
I haven't seen. So this is on the way home from work or from school. Is that what it is?
On the way to and back, yeah.
It's okay, both. Okay.
I guess they've all been on the way home, but I've been looking the way there too.
On the way home, I'm not really paying attention because I'm just tired.
Yeah.
But on the way to school, yeah, I'm usually pretty aware. But I haven't been seeing many crazy things. I've ridden the bus for like the last forever.
Yeah.
Like back when I lived out there. So I think I've definitely seen some crazy people. This one guy, I remember he had a huge tattoo on his neck, and it was just like lips, like and it had a signature next to it. So I'm like, oh, some rock star woman kissed him on the neck, and he got that tatted. I'm like, that's pretty sick.
That's hard.
That's
TBH.
hard. But yeah, I haven't. I mean, I would always like just kind of judge people when they get on the bus, and they wouldn't have their ticket ready, and they'd like stand all awkwardly, like as the bus starts moving.
Yeah,
I was like, how do you've been standing at the bus stop for who knows how long? How do you not just get your ticket ready? And then the bus, like I don't know. Again, I already said like that's just not how I work. That's not how I function.
I mean, that one I don't really care that much usually, because sometimes you're just not thinking. Like you're standing there daydreaming, and you're like, oh shit, the bus is here, that kind of thing, or like you get there last second. Or it's just, not in the pocket that you could have sworn it was in. Whatever. Yeah. I don't really care that much. Did I ever tell you about Ratman?
No.
No. Oh my goodness. Ratman was an OG busser back in middle school. So me and Leith and Elena used to ride the bus together a lot, and Maria also.
Yeah.
And like we all knew this guy.
Okay.
No idea what his real name is, but we all called him Ratman because he just had a rat tail and he had kind of like a rat-faced like
rat-faced face.
Yeah, I was gonna say rat-faced face. And then I was like, wait, what the fuck? And he would always get on the bus at a different time and get off the bus at a different time. Like he never got on or off at the same place. He was always going
keeping you on
different.
Your toes.
But we saw him like really consistently, like multiple times a week, and he would always like, the bus would be going and he'd like randomly get up and like change seats just to sit next to somebody different. And sometimes he like tried to spit on Elena one time. Like just like as we were walking to the bus stop, and he just like spat on her. Or not on her, like he tried to, and like right next to her, and she was like, okay, we'll just keep going real fast, just keep walking, like. And I don't know, I haven't seen him for a long time, but
he's probably dead, Quinn.
Yeah, probably. And
he probably got beat up from
aside from all those features, the one distinguishing feature was he walked in such an odd way. Like, I mean, we don't have face cams, so I don't know how well this will translate, but he walked like this.
Oh, he walked like a GTA.
Yeah, but like so
but
far
fat.
back.
Okay.
And, like, he did this weird thing with his hands, too, just leaning so far back.
So he walked like a GTA
Yeah,
NPC.
Literally, he walked around like a GTA NPC and acted like one, I guess, too, clearly. Just, spitting on random people. And like he gave people the finger sometimes. It's like on the bus if you were like looked at him.
Yeah, he sounds like he was just a tweaker.
Yeah, probably. But like, at the time we didn't know the tweaker lifestyle.
We weren't familiar with his game.
We were not familiar with his game.
I love that.
And now tweaking is a bannable offense on Salvy and Quinn.
Is it?
It's in the golden rules.
No tweaking.
No tweakers. Absolutely no tweakers.
I would let a tweaker on Salvy and Quinn. That'd be great content.
It would be great content.
I'd be like, so how are you doing? He's like, yeah!
Okay, that's pretty extreme. But yeah. No, I've been loving
Sorry if
the
I
term.
scared anyone.
I've just been loving the term like tweaker lately. So I've been saying it so much. Like whenever I do something or if anybody does something wrong, I'm like, bro, quit tweaking. Like, it's just such a funny
So the
word.
midterms next week. Yes, Quinn? Bro, stop tweaking. Fair? All right, 2 weeks then.
Nah, you got a point. Bye, 2 weeks. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bruh. Oh, yeah, you gotta tell me.
And, standard rules of the school, system apply, absolutely no plagiarism, you can't get up for the first 30 minutes, and absolutely no tweaking policy.
You gotta tell me about how you dropped erection in a thing. And then I'll tell you about it. Yeah.
On Thursday I had a midterm, which was just basically writing a long paper essay in a couple hours.
Paper essay.
Yeah. And well, I dropped the word erected, I believe, not erection, if I remember correctly.
If I remember correctly, you wrote it, bruh.
Okay, well, in like 1 hour, and then I didn't get to review it.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, it was about a story, and in the story they set up like a tent or whatever, and I just dropped erected. They erected the tent and then laughed about it to myself. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm so mature.
Ooh. Well, okay, so Quinn texted me that, and then I came back at him with this. We were talking about homelessness and what
in class?
Yeah, in class, and like what you would do if you were homeless, like how you make money. I put my hand up. I said,
what would you do?
And she was like, what strategies would you employ if you were homeless and needed to make money? I put my hand up. I said, sucking dick.
Did you actually in class say that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, got a big laugh.
Look at me and say that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, no, I did.
Or did you think about it and think about how funny it would be if you did it?
She said discuss in groups.
Oh, okay.
And then I turned to my group and I said sucking dick, and then they laughed and thought it was funny. And they're like, you should say that. I said, okay, if she asks it again, I will say it. And then she didn't really ask it in those words, so I couldn't really say it. But then she mentioned how some like a place you could go to like sleep if you like don't have a car, like you could drive your car like down by the water down there. On the road, and I was like, oh my god, I do have a joke for this. So I put my hand up. I was like, yeah, I go running down there sometimes, and there are people who sleep in their cars. There's also people that just fuck down there, but and then people laughed, and then she's like, well, yeah, it's a good place to sleep, and I'm like, or sleeping with people. And I got a big laugh.
The class clown over here.
Literally. One girl said it was legendary.
White girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, that was legendary.
That was legendary.
I was like,
you slayed out there.
yeah.
So.
And I kind of like cringed at it. I was like, thanks. Thank you.
Thanks, Rayleigh.
Anyway, check out my Let's Play.
Check out the best stuff.
Yeah, check out the
You should have said, like, yeah, if you were homeless, just, live action Let's Play.
Live action. What? Vlog?
Just,
live action Let's Play.
busking, but instead of playing an instrument, you're just bantering.
I answered all the questions though. She's like, where would you go if you're homeless? I'm like, my parents' house. She's like, where would you eat? I'm like, my parents' house. And she's like, where would you like get away from violence? I'm like, my parents' house. I don't know. These questions weren't hard hitting for me. I think some people are like, what would I do?
I don't know, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
My parents' house.
My parents' house, probably. They'd probably be tight. They'd probably prefer I just pull up like I do 2 times a week instead of, being homeless. That's it. Maybe they're tight with me right now.
You can stay homeless, but you can still come over twice a week for dinner.
Yeah. That'd be like,
we are the boys.
Yeah, we are the boys. There's a Manchester game. Like, gotta watch that.
They got Man U on the big
So
screen.
you're homeless now, right? Yeah. Well, you're still gonna come over to Manchester on weekends? Yeah.
Just text me the schedule.
Yeah. That was another thing. She was like, where would you charge your phone? Where would they charge their phone?
Yeah.
Where would you eat hot chip and lie? Thanks for watching, everybody. That's it for this episode of Salvy. Oh my god, what's up? Goodbye.